The ultimate solution to Africa's climate change crisis. Africa is facing a climate change crisis like never before. The effects of global warming are becoming more evident with each passing day, from extreme weather events to dwindling natural resources. But amidst the chaos and uncertainty, there lies a glimmer of hope, the power of greenery. By harnessing the potential of nature and embracing sustainable practices, Africa can combat climate change and create a brighter future for generations to come. One of the most effective ways to combat climate change in Africa is through reforestation efforts. Trees play a crucial role in absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and releasing oxygen, helping to mitigate the effects of greenhouse gas emissions. By planting more trees and preserving existing forests, Africa can create a natural carbon sink that will help to offset the impacts of climate change. Additionally, trees provide numerous other benefits, such as preventing soil erosion, providing habitat for wildlife, and improving air quality. Another key aspect of combating climate change in Africa is through sustainable agriculture practices. Traditional farming methods often contribute to deforestation, soil degradation, and water scarcity, all of which exacerbate the effects of climate change. By adopting sustainable farming techniques such as agroforestry, crop rotation, and organic farming, African farmers can not only reduce their carbon footprint but also improve soil health, increase crop yields, and enhance biodiversity. Sustainable agriculture is not only good for the environment but also for the livelihoods of farmers and the overall food security of the continent. Transitioning to renewable energy sources is essential for Africa to combat climate change and reduce its dependence on fossil fuels. The continent is blessed with abundant natural resources such as sunlight, wind, and geothermal energy, which can be harnessed to generate clean and sustainable power. By investing in renewable energy infrastructure, such as solar panels, wind turbines, and hydroelectric dams, African countries can reduce their carbon emissions, create jobs, and improve energy access for all. The renewable energy revolution is not only a solution to climate change but also a pathway to economic growth and development for the continent. Water scarcity is a growing concern in Africa, exacerbated by climate change and unsustainable water management practices. By implementing water conservation measures such as rainwater harvesting, drip irrigation, and water recycling, African countries can ensure a sustainable water supply for both people and ecosystems. Additionally, proper water management strategies, such as watershed protection, wetland restoration, and river basin planning, can help to mitigate the impacts of climate change on water resources. By valuing and protecting this precious resource, Africa can build resilience to the effects of a changing climate. Investing in green infrastructure is essential for Africa to adapt to and mitigate the impacts of climate change. Green infrastructure includes projects such as green roofs, permeable pavements, urban forests, and wetland restoration, which help to absorb carbon emissions, reduce urban heat islands, and improve water quality. By incorporating green infrastructure into urban planning and development, African cities can become more resilient to extreme weather events, reduce energy consumption, and enhance the quality of life for residents. Green infrastructure is not only a solution to climate change but also a way to create more sustainable and livable communities. Empowering communities to take action on climate change is crucial for Africa to build resilience and adapt to a changing climate. By engaging with local stakeholders, raising awareness about the impacts of climate change, and providing education and training on sustainable practices, African countries can mobilize a grassroots movement for environmental conservation. Community-led initiatives such as tree planting campaigns, waste recycling programs, and renewable energy projects can help to create a culture of sustainability and environmental stewardship. By working together, communities can make a significant impact on combating climate change and creating a more sustainable future for all. Collaboration with international partners and organizations is essential for Africa to address the challenges of climate change. By working together on initiatives such as climate finance, technology transfer, and capacity building, African countries can access the resources and expertise needed to implement sustainable solutions. International cooperation can also help to amplify the voices of African nations on the global stage, advocate for climate justice, and secure commitments from developed countries to support climate action in Africa. By building strong partnerships and alliances, Africa can leverage collective action to combat climate change and achieve a more sustainable future for the continent. Africa is at a crossroads in the face of climate change, but the solution lies in the power of greenery. By embracing nature, adopting sustainable practices, and working together, African countries can overcome the challenges of climate change and create a more resilient and prosperous future for all. The time to act is now. Let's unleash the power of greenery and pave the way for a sustainable Africa. Discover how Africa can combat climate change through the power of greenery. From reforestation to renewable energy, learn how sustainable practices can create a brighter future for the continent.